and they start to line up now. AlUla on the right, then it's Aoki Racing and Michelle Lobaidan in second. Lucas Ordonez in the middle, and then Sarah Mizier starting to just pick up the pace ever so slightly in fourth. And on the near side, Oban Duncan, they had a stranded boat yesterday. Now this is interesting, we are counting down, it has been delayed. I just saw the jet ski come across. We have got a delay to the start. I suddenly thought, hang about, what's going on here? There's a jet ski, but it is a race direction boat that's sending them back to the milling area. So this is just ramping up the pressure a little bit on these pilots now. Sherry, you've got a rueful look on your face.
The feeling that those guys are feeling right now in that cockpit is, you've got to be joking me, because the adrenaline is absolutely pumping as they're creeping towards that start line. It's so important, the start in the E1 series, and now it's just been boom, deflated.
And as we've talked about already, we've seen a couple of stranded boats, and sometimes in this heat, so we're talking north of 28, 29 degrees, but even more so inside the cockpit, more so for the engines as they're milling in particular. They like to be moving, don't they? And so it's just another thing that plays in the back of the minds of the pilots.
Yeah, so now their mission control will be talking to them. They'll be calming them down and saying, okay, reset brain, let's go, but keep the boat moving, because if it doesn't keep moving, the engine will go into Guardian mode and you may stop on the start.
So as we take a close look at the Aoki Racing team boat, I'll tell you what, it looks superb, doesn't it, with that pink and blue design for this season, and the local pilot Michelle Lobaidan in there. We can head now down to the launch zone. I believe we've got a co-team principal for Team AlUla down with Alex.
Yes, John, thank you so much for joining us. The new kids on the block, but what a start it was yesterday. How pleased are you with the way it went?
Yeah, it's been months and months of hard work getting ready for this. So yesterday's performance from Katie and Rusty was a testament to the prep that the guys have been putting in. We couldn't be happier, over the moon.
So Katie's just gone out. Talk me through your strategy today.
Well, we know we've got two really strong pilots, so we weren't too fussed about the order they went in, but we know Katie was going to get her elbows out today, and we wanted to give her this first race. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing how it goes. How
incredible is it working with the icon, the legend, LeBron James?
Yeah, we're still pinching ourselves a bit. He's involved in the team, but yeah, you know, an incredible athlete, and we couldn't be prouder to have him on the side of the boat, and looking forward to working with him this season.
Confident you could win today?
I'm not going to jinx it just yet, but yeah, we've done all of our prep, and we'll see how we get on.
John, thank you. Good luck, all the best.
Thank you very much.
I don't know how much of that Katie Munnings can hear down there, but John Marlowe there just a little bit of a G up. We know that LeBron James will be watching on as we start the countdown again. Second time lucky, let's hope. 13 seconds, 12, 11, now 10 seconds to the start. They start to turn up the wick here. They start to get themselves up on the foils as we get ready to go racing here in our group stage 2A. On the inside, I remind you, is Katie Munnings and Team AlUla as they power away across the line. A brilliant start from Sarah Mizier on that Team Blue Rising boat. Look at the Aoki Racing boat from Michelle Lobaidan. They have to hold their line now out towards turn 3, but it looks to me as we just see the Westbrook boat drop down ever so slightly. They have to hold their line through into the corner. Oh, that's got close. Oh, we've had contact there from Lucas Ordonez. I think we're on board with Team AlUla there. We were with Katie Munnings, and there was contact, and I'm sure race director will have a close look at that one. Really good start though at the front from Michelle Lobaidan. She is leading in the Aoki Racing boat with Blue Rising in second place, and then in third it's Katie Munnings for Team AlUla, and Oban Duncan has got through on Team Drogba ahead of Westbrook.
What a close start that was, and we just certainly did have contact. And even Oban in Team Drogba, she got into really rough water but held it beautifully and got through.
We're on board with Team AlUla, LeBron James's squad here in third place in this race. So having started at the lead, Katie Munnings is there in third, but she's showing good pace right on the rear now of Sarah Mizier, who's made a brilliant start for Virat Kohli's Team Blue Rising. Then you can see Oban Duncan, great corner out of the final corner for the Scot, and it's Lucas Ordonez at the back for Will Smith's Westbrook Racing. This is not part of the plan here at the back of the field. A reminder, one short lap, one long lap have to be taken during the race. And as we would expect, the leader, Aoki Racing and Michelle Lobaidan, does take the short lap straight away and gives herself the best opportunity with clear water in front. We see a normal lap being taken by Blue Rising, short lap by those in 4th and 5th. And then AlUla going for the long lap. So Katie Munnings has been sent on that long lap early in the race. It paid off for Team Rafa in the first of the group races. Will it pay off for Katie and Team AlUla?
To be honest with you, Team AlUla were in such dirty water and in such a mess. It was the perfect call. Get her out, get it done.
Oh, now that has promoted Team Westbrook Racing there up into, well, you can just see actually, they're just ahead of the Blue Rising boat. So they're in 3rd, Blue Rising back to 4th now. And so we'll keep an eye on who's done those short laps. Westbrook, Drogba and Aoki. So Oban Duncan is up into 2nd place now. Still Aoki's Michelle Olabaidan is leading the way. Team Drogba on the boost and Oban Duncan in 2nd place. A long lap penalty for Team Westbrook. We thought it might be coming. It was a turn in, wasn't it, from Lucas Ordonez? And he will have not just 1, but 2 long laps to perform. You can see if you look at the top of the screen, they're in 4th place, has to do an extra long lap, and he is not happy. You can see him chuntering away to his crew.
It's such a short course, Gavin, that extra long lap just ruins everything.
Oh, and a long lap penalty also for Sarah Mizier as well. This is all to do, Shelley, with what we saw about people having to hold their lane right to turn 3. Both of them, in my opinion, from what we saw from the start, did turn that little bit early and take water from other people.
Yeah, I thought they'd gone past Mark 3 when they actually had that collision. But again, it's a non-contact sport. Penalties for both.
Aoki Racing then, no such concerns. It was a wonderful start from Michelle Olabaidan, and she is doing it for the local fans here for Aoki Racing. So there are Team Westbrook, that's one of the long laps taken. What that has done with Lucas Ordonez taking the long lap, it means now that Katie Munnings, who we go on board with the Team AlUla, is in dirty water again. They were trying to get themselves out of it. So maybe there is a tactic here now, perhaps, to have a look at that short lap and try and get herself in front of Will Smith's Westbrook Racing.
Well, Team AlUla are a really good shout now, and see Team Drogba, because Blue Rising and Westbrook have both got extra long laps. They haven't actually got a lot to worry about. They've just got to worry about Aoki, and AlUla's got to worry about Team Drogba.
And there is John Marlowe down there just having a little wry smile about how this race has panned out. We talk about strategy, we talk about tactics, and what becomes clear is as soon as you get on the water, they're out of the window, aren't they?
Exactly. You can do all the paperwork and planning before the race, but then actually when you come into it and the race itself, it's all up in the air, start again.
So this is our leader, Michelle Olabaidan, Steve Aoki's boats. He is in the crowd watching on, and he'll be delighted to see that beautiful pink and blue livery out in front. And you just see the negative trim, actually, we're seeing on Michelle's boat.
Yeah, now that's interesting. I mean, she's in the lead. She's got a great lead. She doesn't have to take any risks. She's on negative trim. You know, she's a new driver. Maybe she's just being a little bit cautious at the moment.
We're now on board with Michelle. There you can see the negative trim on our shots as she rounds that buoy there at turn 3. Still piling the pressure, though, I will say, is Oban Duncan in 2nd place. They both still have to do their long laps. We did see a promotion there for Team AlUla up into 3rd as Team Blue Rising took one of their long laps, and Westbrook Racing and Lucas Ordonez also took his 2nd long lap. So Westbrook are done for their long and short laps now, including the penalty lap. Blue Rising do have one more penalty lap still to take, as Team Drogba and Oban Duncan finish their penalty lap. This is going to be interesting when she merges, because the short lap is being taken by Katie Munnings. Look at this from Oban Duncan and Katie Munnings. They're going to be both going towards that turn 5 buoy, and it looks like the Scot might just get in ahead of the Englander.
Yes, she has. Brilliant. Just made it in front of her. Gosh, that was close. That was really close.
Does superbly now, and that means more dirty water for Katie Munnings. But, oh, dropping down off the foils there for Oban Duncan.
Dropping down on the foils, and we nearly had Team AlUla in the back of Team Drogba. But she's managed to get it back up.
Oh, Katie Munnings flying over the wake there, and she was just trying to get herself out of that horrible, messy water, and it went a little bit sideways, but she is so skillful that she hangs on to it. Now we're seeing our leaders, Aoki Racing taking the long lap. Will they come back? And will they rejoin in the lead? It looks like they have more than enough margin. And Michel Alobaidan on this final lap should have enough to stay in front of AlUla, of Drogba in particular. They've got to round that red boy. And yes, Steve Aoki's squad. I tell you what, this is some turnaround for Michel Alobaidan, isn't it? Danny Kloss setting the second fastest lap yesterday. They have started this race. They were second lane. And she's just piloted this one to perfection.
I just love that we've got such a mix-up, and I think it's this boost, Gavin, that's brought it in. The short lap has also really mixed the class up.
But as we have seen so much last year in E1, the start is all crucial. Having to hold your line down towards that turn 3 boy as we come out of the final corner now. Michel Alobaidan for Steve Aoki's racing team takes the victory in the group stage 2A, and that will put them in the inside lane for the second group stage race. Team Drogba and Oban Duncan, what do we say about recovering from the outside lane? Will take second place in that second race. Team AlUla will be in third for it. Westbrook Racing, and it's Lucas Ordonez in there with a penalty, comes across in fourth. And Sarah Mizir, well, unfortunate to have that penalty, adds an extra 16-17 seconds to your lap time. And in the end, a decent performance, but just more misfortune befalling her and Virat Kohli's boat today. But no doubt about our winner, Aoki Racing, new paint scheme, a new pilot alongside Michel this year in Danny Kloss. And I tell you what, it seems to be a well-judged choice.